Doris. Thank you for contacting me today. I'm looking forward to our video chat. Before we dive into our conversation, let me make sure that I have the facts of the situation correct. You have a current teacher who is in her 6th month of pregnancy, and she has developed a pregnancy-related medical condition called preeclampsia. Now, prior to developing this medical condition, she was able to perform her job duties normally, and there were no issues with her job work. Now, the employee has filed for leave of absence under FMLA because she believes she qualifies, and we'll talk about that in just a second regarding who qualifies for FMLA. You had a conversation with the employee and asked her to resign because she was setting a poor example for her students. Since that conversation, you would like to now terminate her employment. Do I have all of the facts correct? Okay, great. So let's move on. Now, under FMLA, in order for an employee to qualify for leave, the employer must have a minimum of 50 employees working for them. Now, I understand your company only employs 47. Therefore, this particular employee would not be eligible to file leave under FMLA. She may be eligible for a regular leave of absence with your company. And if you have granted leave of absences before to employees who became disabled or had a medical condition that they could not work for an extended period of time, I recommend you then treat her the same. Allow her to take leave of absence until either her medical condition gets better and she can come back to work, or if she has to stay off until the baby is born, then I would allow her to take leave till that time. Additionally, to set a positive example or create a positive experience for her, I would grant her leave of absence beyond having birth of her baby, and typically we call that bonding with baby. This would also set a positive experience for her. Now, let's talk about another law that the reason why I'm recommending you to grant her leave where this employee does qualify for. So the law that I am referring to is the Pregnancy Discrimination Act. You have probably heard of Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. The Pregnancy Discrimination Act is an amendment of Title VII, and it basically states that you cannot discriminate against an employee who is pregnant or develops a pregnancy-related medical condition. Furthermore, the law states that if you have granted other disabled employees or employees who had a medical condition that prevented them to work, leave of absence, you must treat this employee the same. And that is why my recommendation is that you grant the employee a regular leave of absence. Now, the leave of absence does not have to be with pay. It can be without. That would be based on your company policy. This brings me to my second recommendation is if your company does not have a written policy regarding leave of absences or what an employee can do if they become ill for an extended period of time, then I recommend you putting a policy in writing, and this way this will set the precedent for future related issues when an employee has a situation where they can no longer work for a certain period of time. This also will set a positive example for your employees, knowing that you truly care about them and that you'll allow them time so that they can heal. Furthermore, by taking action now, this can prevent your company from having a lawsuit filed for discrimination in the future, especially in the situation with the current employee. Lawsuits, discrimination lawsuits, especially those related to pregnancy, can be very costly to the employer. One of the most costly cases that I am aware of is one that was presented by a pregnant employee of AutoZone. The company demoted her, changed her work responsibilities, and they ended up awarding the employee $185 million. There was another medical company related case, and that employee got 6.2 million. So the amount of money that employers are paying for pregnancy related discrimination is hefty. And that's why I recommend you taking action now. In the case of your employee, I would just go to them and ask them, let them know that you're going to grant them leave of absence, and you'll grant them some time afterwards to bond with their baby as well. I appreciate you reaching out to me, and if you have any more questions about this, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can also refer to the eeoc.gov website that has further detail on the Pregnancy Discrimination Act. Again, I'm here for you if you have any questions, and thank you again, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.